Hey everyone. Connecting all the path that we have done today between heaven and earth. Here is where my task ends, in the Greek part of Cyprus. Here with my other me, with my double in the other side. This is like observing Gan, the weaver, in the other side. I wanted to share this moment because this is a culmination of the task of today. I'm in a place called Trodos, which actually is Triodos, which means three paths. So it's the three path of the three goddesses. So today I'm exhausted because today I connected these 3 points, these three paths. So I started on the top of that mountain, Olympus, right there. So from Olympus, I drove 2 hours to Pyrgos in the other side. Then I drove 4 hours to the other side of Greece, in the opposite side where the UN strip ends. Then I went to Lefkosia, the capital. I offered the last apple, and then I drove here. So it's been in total like 9 hours and a half, 9 hours drive non-stop. I only stopped for the apples. I only took breakfast today. I haven't eaten. There was no time to stop for eating. And the intention was to finalize the day in the observatory of Trodos, where I am right now, where the gods are observed. So today I started there in Olympus, where the gods are, or the gods gather. Then I drove all the way the other side of the island, drove all around the island, then came back to the center and end up here in front of Olympus in the observatory, which is where the gods are observed today. So it's the gods in the past and the gods of the future. The gods is the observatory, the stars. So imagine, talking about the sizes of the universe, imagine that these 3 apples are actually particles that are within a cell that is the island of Cyprus. So what I did today was to kind of, in a symbology, relocate certain particles. So my question yesterday was, if what we are trying to relocate, to reorganize, is a tiny particle, the origin of a tiny particle in the universe, and we are using the apple as a symbol for that particle, then the question was, what is the origin of the apple? Where is the apple originate? So I started to research yesterday. So I was wondering where the origin of the apples is, and the origin is a place called Almaty, and Almaty literally means the land of apples, and it's in the south of Kazakhstan. So Kazakh means free man, someone that is free, and it's representing someone that learned how to ride the horse. So the first humans that lived in between Kazakhstan and Mongolia were the first humans that learned how to ride a horse, and that 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 expanded humanity. And one of the main things that was spread from this territory so fast is the Indo-European language. So to these people in the ancient times, we used to call them the Tartars. So the Tartars were the ones speaking Indo-European language, and the Indo-European language is the origin of all the languages that we speak today, at least the ones that control the minds of the world. So when the humans in the Tian Shan, the mountains, they learned how to ride the horses and brought their commerce, which was mainly apples, to the middle of Europe in that time, they settled in an area. These Tartarians settled in an area that we call today the Huns, the Huns that the Romans used to call the Barbars, because they spoke like bra bra bra. So and the Vikings used to call that territory the Rus, the Kiev, which today it's known as Ukraine. So if you look into the map, search for it, you will see that the mountains of the Tian Shan, they shape an eyebrow, and under the eyebrow you have an eye. That eye today is called the Lake Issyk-Kul. So that's where the eye guided humanity to start the expansion. So I'm not going to go tomorrow, but very soon I'm going to go to Kazakhstan, following the origin of the apple. And maybe if we arrive to the origin of the apple, maybe we can also arrive to the origin of that particle that we need to redirect. So very soon I'm going to go to Kazakhstan. So for many years, and for sure some of you hearing here have been one of my trips when we went to Avalon, to England and Scotland. And Avalon means the land of apples. And basically I gave an apple to each person to represent a soul. So the apple would be the soul, and they have to take care of their soul and do the transformation through their soul. Why I'm explaining this? Because the word alma in Kazakh is apple, and in Spanish means soul. So alma is the same word, and I've been using this without knowing this. So Almaty means the land of apples, but that's a place where biologically the apple appeared for the first time. It's amazing. And the city, the region before, it was not called Almaty. It was called Alma-Ata, which means the father of the apple, God. And of course the eye of God there in the Lake Issyk-Kul. Look in the map and you will see it. So Cyprus have given me the data that in order to correct the position of that particle, we have to go to the origin of the apple in Kazakhstan. So when I'm talking about Hera, Athena and Aphrodite, I'm not talking about three goddesses. I'm talking about three particles: Neutron, Proton and Electron. So when two of those goddesses loses balance and only one of them gains the apple, which is the charge of particles, then the ion that they form gets broken, and that ion that is linking all the universe suddenly creates a mistake, something that we used to call the original sin, which actually sin means mistake. So basically it's the direction in which we are moving through time and space, which creates all the conflicts of duality, and it keeps us trapped in a way, in a love that is actually poisonous instead of medicine. So tomorrow I will keep going with the story. just want to see one thing. Ow. Me here. Ow. Taking you with me